Hello and welcome to the Running NP. I am a nurse practitioner who happens to be very into running. I just want to start off by saying that this is going to be a vlog that is going to track me from absolutely zero running, as in I haven't done any of that since at least September, 6 months ago, to hopefully being a more consistent and steady runner. I decided to start this YouTube channel and start this vlog to bring you guys along with me on this journey, because I know that accountability is a huge thing and can keep me motivated and hopefully can inspire you guys to come along with. I have run in the past. I've been a pretty serious runner then, but I haven't had any steady running since at least September. And what happened then is I started a new job where I went from fairly consistent schedule and as far as running goes to basically nothing, and now I'm just trying to reconfigure myself and reconfigure how I go about doing that. And the reason is I feel lousy, I feel unhealthy, I feel sluggish, and this all came to a head just recently here. We actually had a trip down to Disney World, and I was in charge of pushing my two kids around in the stroller up and down hills, several steps. If anybody on the channel has been to Disney World, you know what I'm talking about. And I basically thought, wow, this is incredible. I used to run marathons and I've run an ultra marathon in the past, and this is just not acceptable. In fact, I decided today to go on a little test run with my daughter on her bike for, I guess it was a mile, and go ahead and see this clip and you'll see my reaction to it. Yeah, I just finished running a mile with my daughter on her bike. I tried to keep up, but man, that was a complete flop. Out of breath, everything's tight, everything hurts. We got a lot of work to do. This is literally starting from ground zero. And there you have it. And that's just how I felt. And this is several hours later, and I'm down here doing the vlog, and I wanna just take a minute to acknowledge that I've been feeling pretty down, pretty lousy, and that this not running has just crept up on me and has just begun to affect me mentally. And I want to turn that around and hopefully start feeling better, feeling healthier, and making better choices. I mentioned accountability. Also, I remember that the running community is just so supportive and so helpful, and I'm hoping to rejoin that and get back into being surrounded by people that are just so motivated and energetic and just have such a positive and healthy energy. I think that'll be good for me, and I want to spread that onto the channel. At this point, I don't have any specific goals as far as races or times or any of that, but I feel that as time goes on, I'll get more dialed into that. So stay tuned, that'll be coming shortly. I said that I'm starting at complete zero, and I did do a mile earlier today, so that would be my first official mile. And I know that as long as I'm consistent and put in the time and be regular about this, that I can set the habit. That is going to be my biggest struggle, and part of what I'm doing here on YouTube is having you guys an accountability group that I'm putting it out there onto the internet, and I can't back out. I just can't. The main things that I know I'm going to struggle with, and I say struggle because that's kind of the only word that I can think of, is my work is full-time. It's very, very busy. As well, I am part of a family. I have a wife, a house, a dog, 2 kids, you know, pretty standard there. And it's busy. They're young and there's lots of activities going on, and that's completely okay. So with that, I know that if I'm gonna be getting any kind of consistent running done and making it a habit, that it's gonna be on me to make that happen. So I don't know what that's going to look like. This new schedule has been kind of my, I suppose, reason that I haven't been running consistently, but I'm done with the excuses, and I'm looking to re-engineer my approach and my thinking as far as making this happen. So this is all going to be brand new to me as we go along here. So I know that I just can't wait for the perfect opportunity and the ideal weather or any of that to go running, to get the workout in, to actually make it happen. But I will say that I, from experience and from the past, know that if I'm going to actually make it happen, it's probably going to be during off hours, meaning early in the morning or late at night, before people wake up or when they're asleep, basically, is when I know that I have a decent chunk of time to make that happen, so stay tuned. History does have an advantage here because I've tasted victory before, both with regular daily runs and tempo runs and all the other different types of workouts that we'll get into, and actually the best part, racing, and of course the community involved. So I want that again. I can taste it. This channel, this YouTube running vlog, is gonna basically focus on my running journey and the physical, mental, and emotional aspect of what encompasses running to me, in my opinion. Talk about the daily grind and all the mental hurdles, and also just some logistical things about scheduling and any obstructions that pop up. This will be real time, so whatever is happening to me in my life, we'll figure out how to work around that and still make it. We'll get into the fun stuff like the specifics, the shoes, the actual runs, the workouts, the cross training. So channel is called Running NP, NP being nurse practitioner. I happen to be a nurse practitioner, and I also happen to be very into running. So with that being said, being into healthcare is going to most likely influence my content and the way I deliver information. Just putting it out there, I am a healthcare provider, but probably not your healthcare provider. So any condition or issue or special biomechanical thing that happens to coincide with your particular situation is completely coincidental. And by no means am I going to be giving any specific advice for any specific condition on the channel. That is between you and your healthcare provider. I'm going to keep it very general, very basic, but because I am into healthcare, I do like the scientific, biomechanical, physiological, and anatomical side of the whole running sport. So with that being said, along my personal journey into running will be influenced by my background as a healthcare provider, and I'll talk about how I go about things as far as the running sport itself, taking care of the body, fueling the body with proper food and nutrition, as well as taking care of my self-care mentally and things like that. And I am in a podiatry specific area of healthcare, so you're going to hear a lot about feet and the function of the foot and care of the feet on this channel as it relates to my personal journey with running. Hopefully you're not grossed out by feet. It's important to consider these aspects when considering an endurance sport like running. This will be my running, my process, and my thoughts, but hopefully it can relate to you all and your personal journey, and hopefully this finds inspiration for anybody here. And I want this to be a back and forth dialogue where I'm inspired by you and hopefully the other way around, and we have a two-way discussion about running and the beauty of it and getting into it and tracking our personal journey. Some biostatistics right now. On your screen you see my current weight, and number two on your screen you're going to see my BMI. Just putting this out there now because I'm going to talk about, if we're going to have a conversation about feeling better and running, that using my weight where it is now and as it goes along with my running journey can be just an extra piece of information to kind of track our progress here. It's just been a quick little introduction to the channel and the start of my running vlog and running journey. So hopefully you like this content. Hit subscribe, hit like, and follow the journey along here. Hopefully this finds you all well. Thanks for watching. Take care.